Broadcasting live from an Airstream somewhere in Tornado Alley, bringing you the people, places, and stories from the Panhandle to the Red River. This is your Only in Oklahoma show.
And welcome to the show. We're headed to North OKC for some Clark Crew BBQ. I'm Brett.
And I am Harley.
Before we get to the Q, let's talk about some Q&A. We played Trivial Pursuit. Or is it Trivia Pursuit? I don't know. We were in the pursuit of trivia 80s, and we're all 80s kids. And it goes to show that we were clearly kids in the 80s because there were some big people questions in there that we could not answer.
That game was ridiculous. We literally had to change the rules.
We did.
Because it was never going to end.
I used to think that Monopoly, because with Monopoly, there's the short game, there's the long game. I don't feel like there's any way that you can, unless you just completely go off script, that you can shorten a Trivial Pursuit game. It can literally go on forever.
Well, when your headline category is composed almost entirely of questions about Walter Mondale,
right?
I'm gonna say it's never gonna end.
Yeah, we had a great time, but I was getting some questions right that I was kind of shocked when you would go, "That's right." I'm like, I'm just gonna pretend like I knew it. But it seemed to me that the deck may have been, I don't know, a little light for the girls because they were getting questions that you and I were like just shooting lasers going, can we steal? Dukes of Hazzard questions, A-Team, like not this. I'm not saying that girls don't like those type of things and wouldn't know, but they weren't in the 80s. It was all boys stuff. We had the answers.
Yes, but we didn't get the questions.
We did not get the questions. I think we ended up playing a sudden death round and Amber won, but it was a lot of fun. And we broke bread.
Yes.
And we're going to break more bread.
The tax documentation has been rolling in consistently.
Right. I almost said the thing that you hate that I say.
It's almost time.
It's almost time. 'Tis the season. But let's be realistic. The time is now. I've already filed. I think the IRS sent out a thing saying, hey, we're going to be opening the doors February. I think it's February the 12th. Be ready. But they're not saying anything about when we'll get our return or your receipt or your have a nice day. Those are the questions I have. When do I get my money?
Well, I would say that if you have any questions relating to your taxes, the
right.
IRS, or anything adjacent to that type of question, I would reach out to the guys over at Holiday Tax Group.
Absolutely. And if you need a consultation, you're not sure exactly what to do, you do get a 30-minute consultation.
For free.
For free. Absolutely free. And get that discount, too, if you're a military personnel or a teacher. All you got to do is give them a call, 405-730-3100.
Or hit their website at holidaytaxgroup.com. That's holiday with 2 L's.
We say it all the time. We've had our fair share of food. I don't think there's many things that we haven't either eaten separately or together. We can agree on one thing. We haven't gotten much skinnier. We've tried. Try as we might.
I'm going to say that I love food, yes. And that's obvious from looking at me. Oh, that guy really likes food. But when you have people like the crew at Clark Crew BBQ,
it's hard to say no.
Oh my God. You're talking, let's just start from the top with them. They started their barbecue adventure back in 2012.
Yeah.
When they kind of went from going from spectators of barbecue competitions.
That's us. We're spectators.
Where they're grilling and barbecuing for their friends and family to literally running everybody else out of business.
And that's the thing about it. When you think about it, when you decide to take the leap from being just the cook at home and the cook at the family get-together to running a restaurant, okay, your family are pretty good. Let's be realistic. My mom has never told me I was ugly. Now, everybody else has. But when you have it, you're taking a leap of faith, taking your food to the masses, even if it's, I've eaten some things that my family have made that probably not great, but I always give them the thumbs up. you got to be kind of a narcissist. You got to know your stuff is good.
Right. And so Clark Crew BBQ over the last, 9 years has won over 700 top 10 awards, along with championships, National Team of the Year, and Oklahoma Team of the Year for barbecue. They didn't actually open the doors to their restaurant, though, until December of 2019.
Really?
Now, I'm going to say, as far as bad luck goes, opening a restaurant 10 days before a global pandemic
is probably not a good move.
Literally shut down restaurants left and right.
Mm-hmm.
They've made it through, so that's a hell of a testament to what they're putting out.
Especially since it's not like a chain situation. Mom and pop, let's be realistic. Mom and pop shops throughout the country have shuttered because of this. It doesn't matter how good your barbecue is. Right now, we are in a germaphobe era. People weren't getting out. People aren't spending money. McDonald's still making money. If you had a drive-through, you're probably still making money. But mom and pop shops have suffered. And the fact that they've managed to
skyrocket in that environment. Yeah, it's a real testament to what they're putting out. One of the things that sets them apart, though, from most Oklahoma barbecue joints are rustic.
Yeah, I think that's the kind of vibe, the general vibe.
I think that's what most of them are going for.
Mm-hmm.
Clark Crew kind of went the other way.
Yeah.
It's real modern feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is super shiny, stainless steel.
Sharp edges, right? Muted tones. You don't have and nothing against the car bumpers hanging off the ceiling kind of stuff. I like that. I grew up with that. I remember going to Crockett's Smokehouse as a kid and seeing like wagon wheels on the walls. And I think I really think it has its place. You know what I mean? But I think it really also depends on location. It's right there on Northwest Expressway. There's a lot of hustle and bustle there. Everything's kind of modern, and I think it fits well with the location. I do feel like I'm probably I can't dress the same at Clark Crew that I could probably dress anywhere else.
I didn't get that feeling at all. Yeah. One of the things that I thought was super cool, though, is you can actually watch the smoker going. It's behind like a garage door.
Oh, yeah.
Like a glass garage door. Mm-hmm. Which, again, seems out of place, but it just works as far as the aesthetic goes. It's a really large dining space, and I don't think they intended it to be that way because nobody predicted the global pandemic, but their booths are they're high-back booths, and everybody kind of seems to be cut off from the other tables.
Right. There's a fair amount of space. If you look at the high back, there's a pretty good space between each one, so you're not like back to like when you go to a lot of places and you sit up and you feel like you're shaking the other guy or they're doing the same thing to you. Everything's very solid. It looks comfortable. It's just a nice, clean, almost too clean for a barbecue place. But I guess really you're supposed to get the barbecue on you, not necessarily.
I think the intention is for the barbecue to go in you, not on you.
But I feel like if it's not on your fingers, then it's not in your. We have beards. Nothing gets past the beard.
True.
Unless it's a rib and you got to go straight in with it and drag the meat off the bone. But they are a tried and true. I mean, their most recent award was the Jack Daniel's World Championship. They cashed in $25,000. They know what they're doing.
Absolutely. So, can we talk about the menu?
I was hoping we'd get to it, yeah.
So, just kind of skimming through their menu. Again, we're just going to scratch the surface here. But some of the more interesting items on their menu. Appetizers. They have house-fried pork rinds.
I can honestly say I've eaten my fair share of pork rinds on this on-again, off-again relationship with keto. I've never had a house-fried pork rind at any restaurant.
Well, one of the things, again, I've ridden on the keto wagon quite a bit. One of my go-tos for keto eating is chicken wings.
Yeah.
They do something different with their chicken wings, though.
What's that?
They smoke them, then they fry them.
Oh, man.
So I've got to imagine the flavor level is through the roof on that.
If it sounds like I'm slurping into the microphone, it's because I probably am, because I am really salivating. It's a real thing. It's happening.
Also, as an appetizer, they have Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts.
I do too.
But here's the problem.
Okay.
I'm not allowed to cook them in my house.
Because of the smell?
Because they stink.
They do stink. They do stink, and they smell really bad when you reheat them.
So I like a restaurant that throws that out as an option because, like I said, I can't have them at home.
I think, here's the thing. I've got a 13-year-old he's gotten to where if I'll eat it, he'll eat it. Brussels sprouts are one of those vegetables that 80s kids grew up with, our parents grew up with. It's hard to get kids to eat Brussels sprouts. It's got to have cheese, it's got to have the bacon, you know what I mean? A restaurant that serves Brussels sprouts, you got to be proud of your sprouts, man. It's not for everybody. I give it up to them for doing it.
Right. And speaking of kids, most kids are on the sandwich wagon.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why I keep saying wagon.
Because it's barbecue.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So, but as far as sandwiches go, one of the things, I haven't tried it yet, but it's on my list.
Yeah.
The Oaky cheesesteak.
Mm-hmm.
It's chopped pork or brisket, sauteed peppers and onions, hot pepper relish, and cheese on a hoagie bun.
Oh, my gosh.
I just need a cheat day, dude. I need a day where I can eat the bread.
Oh, man. I don't know, man. I think you could eat the topping and then just kind of lick the bread. And I think you'd be fine, but just the way you describe the sauteed peppers and onion. I love sauteed peppers and onions. I make them at home, but with the chopped brisket and the pepper relish,
right?
Sign me up. So something I think is interesting.
Yes,
we talked about this. You can get a burger, or you can get a hot dog of the burger, or is it vice versa? You can order any hot dog. Explain it to me.
So their burger list is pretty in depth, and it's American Wagyu,
the good stuff.
Exactly. But they also offer every single selection for the burgers with a hot dog instead.
I do like that my hamburger has been massaged. Don't they massage Wagyu beef, massage it, and feed it beer and
no?
What is it? What do they do with? They do something special with.
I don't know.
I think it's something similar with Kobe. I think it gets a massage and they feed it beer and nice grass and they rub its belly. Or something.
I'm pretty sure that's Kobe that you're just describing. I think with the Wagyu, they brush their hair and they tell them nice things. That's it.
If that's the case, if you're looking to cannibalize, I do that to myself.
So one of the burgers that I've added to my bucket list for Clark Crew BBQ is the Messy Heifer burger. It's brisket chili, shredded cheese, cheese sauce, and cheese curds on that Wagyu burger.
The only thing keto friendly about it on it is that it's got 3 different kinds of cheese and brisket chili. You probably need to eat it with. Will you eat a chili a chili dog? Do you eat anything messy with a fork, or you just go all in?
No, I don't. I think that's sacrilegious. Honestly, I think you've just got to wear about 90% of it.
A messy heifer burger sounds extraordinary.
Yes,
but it's not just burgers. It's not just burgers, dogs,
and barbecue.
And barbecue. They've got stuff. I think this may be something for the kids too.
Absolutely. So most of the times, most of the time when I go to a restaurant, I really feel like if they're good at something, that's like their niche and they don't do anything else.
Right.
But Clark Crew, I gotta give it to them. They've expanded on that without giving up the quality. And I'm not sure how they pull it off.
Well, when I look at a menu too, because let's be realistic, when we travel as a group, we've got kids of all ages, sizes, palates, adults with the same. They've got a little bit for everything. If you're in for a salad, they've got the fork and pork salad. They've got pizza. Yeah, the brick oven pizza. The Mother Cluckin' Ranch is smoked chicken, smoked bacon, onions, CCB pickles, mozzarella, and smoked Gouda cheese. Oh, Man.
Dude, you can't find something that unique at a pizza place.
You can't.
Let alone a barbecue place.
Well, and if you wanted to probably have that made somewhere, it wouldn't taste as good, and it damn sure it'd be twice the price they're asking for it at Clark Crew. It's $12 for all that on a pizza.
Right.
Everything is homemade. That's the other thing. We know that they didn't peel back a lid. They didn't throw it in the microwave. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It's made with pride. I think that's what I look for in any restaurant. And go into chains and you have a certain expectation. You know that it came in off a truck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think for the most part, when you go to a restaurant that specializes in, say, barbecue, if you see kid-friendly chicken on the menu, it's frozen chicken strips.
It's frozen chicken strips. I think every restaurant shops at the same place for those frozen freaking chicken strips. It's pride and ownership. They take pride in everything. You don't win 180 world championships for a pecan pie truffle if you're buying it off the bus.
Yeah, absolutely. Beyond the food, beyond the menu, you can also buy their rubs, their sauces, pickles, t-shirts, crap ton of other stuff. Their store is almost as fun as the food in the restaurant. So, super awesome. And we didn't mention it, but they have a full bar.
Yes.
And apparently they care as much about the alcohol as they do about the food, because the drink menu is ridiculous. They've got over a dozen unique cocktails. The one that caught my eye, though, the Low and Slow Lemonade. Okay. It's made with Clark Crew BBQ Jack Daniel's single barrel whiskey. It's mixed with lemon juice, orange liqueur, and sweet honey syrup. Dude,
I'm not looking forward to summer, but that drink tastes like
extreme summer.
We're on the veranda. We're drinking Low and Slow lemonade, eating a fork-in pork salad because we're trying to even out the good with the bad. You know, we're doing the keto, but we're still trying to get our minds blown. All of that. Give me all of that. And you know what? I'm going through kind of looking at the prices. Reasonable for barbecue. It's reasonable. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Again, I think barbecue is one of those things where you can spend a lot and get mediocre, or you can get a great deal and get amazing food. And it's hard to get from restaurant to restaurant. It's hard to get a consistent feel for, am I getting a good deal?
Right. So you've heard the expression, you never want to train your replacement, right? You don't want to, but I also think that passing on knowledge is a good thing. They are willing to teach you how to be a barbecue expert.
Right. So the owner, Travis Clark, actually teaches award-winning barbecue techniques in seminars, like tell-all barbecue classes.
Right.
And they do that on a regular basis. You can sign up on their website. But dude, that's amazing.
Very few places you think would, it's hard enough getting the rub recipe from anybody. From your own grandpa, he won't give you the rub recipe.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they take it to the grave, and he's willing to show you how to do it. And if I'm being 100% honest, and I've said this to Tara, if I've said it once, I've said it a million times. If there's one thing I wish I knew how to do, it would be barbecue. Honestly,
it's definitely a skill that is highly valued once you have it.
And I like to eat. I'm one of those people, like, if I can learn how to make it, then I'm not going to go eat it. But I still like barbecue is one of those where I still like to go have. Especially if it's local. If it's somebody local, I love to still go to have that barbecue experience. But man, I'd sure love to be able to do something like that. And it's there for everybody. You can try it.
Absolutely. So yeah, if you're interested in anything at Clark Crew BBQ, if you want more information, check out their website. It's clarkcrewbbq.com. And again, they're on Northwest Expressway in Oklahoma City.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a place that I'm going to highly recommend.
Yeah, it needs to be on your list. It's not far from the metro, and if you're passing through, it's right off Heifer Parkway. So on to bigger, not necessarily bigger concerns, but we received a package.
We did receive a package. We got our Travel OK tourism box of materials. We've been tearing it apart, looking for new and interesting things to do here in the great state of Oklahoma.
It literally has every base covered, doesn't it?
It does. And again, we're going to have to be picky. We're going to have to be choosy about what we do this year and what we sign up for and what we check out and what we bring you shows on. But the list is never ending.
Well, I was taking a look at it, and I'm never one to admit certain things I didn't know. But kind of what the point of this all is to highlight things we didn't know about, maybe you did, and figuring out the root. You know what I mean?
Right.
There are things in there I didn't know. There are pictures of things that I'm like, I've been to Ardmore, but how did I miss this part? There's a lot of that.
Absolutely.
And we are going to keep you up to date on all of that right here on the OnlyinOKShow. As always, I'm Brett.
And I'm Harley. And we're out of here.
Peace. Right here on the OnlyinOKShow. Right here on the God dang it. A germaphobe. What was I going to say? A germaphobe. Check it out. Yeah. From the creators of barbecue, it's Clark Crew BBQ. Have we ever been in the top 10 of anything? Yeah, we did win an award. The award-winning podcast team. Dude, go up to that rib real fast. Well, there's tons of ribs, but look at that is that the... No, that can't be. They had that $70...
No, the $70 thing.
The barbecue Mageddon platter.
This?
Yeah, it's all knives.
Smoker.
You got to sling some serious barbecue, because that's a state-of-the-art... You know, that's not like some little... And I've got nothing wrong against, like, your... I don't know. When I think of barbecue growing up, I think of... Gary Dale's, Crockett's. That's like, this is some fancy schmancy stuff going on over there at Clark Crew BBQ. And he's a big boy. 3, 2, 1. And welcome to the show. Today we're headed to North OKC for some barbecue. No, not doing that. We're going to try it again. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. And welcome to OKC. Just kidding. What the was that? What was that? I'm sorry. I had Bell's palsy, or I had a grand mal seizure. None of that can go in there. 3, 2, 1. And welcome to the show. We are headed to North OKC for some Clark Crew BBQ. Q. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Well, you were doing the shit with your hands over there. Do you have a mouse in your hand? Open your hand. 3, 2, 1.